Well, hello and welcome back to GearHeadGeeks, where in this video we are going to start our Suzuki TS250 1969 revival. This is not a complete restoration because I'm not sure of all the parts that I'm going to be able to get to make a quote-unquote restoration, but we are going to do a revival. The bike I'm getting is really rough, but it is going to be fun. We'll clean it up. We will inspect it. Well, we'll inspect it first. We'll take a walk around first. We'll clean it. We'll get most of the major goop off of it. Then we'll take another inspection and see the condition of things. And so far, we'll see. Some things aren't very pretty, but you never know. Underneath all the crud, there might be a little gem in disguise. So we will get to it. Well, so here we have our 1969 TS250, and it is not pretty. So let's just take a quick walk around this bad boy and see what we've got to work with. Gauges are in horrible shape. The front forks are not looking good at all. The rims have got some spotty rust on it, which is not terrible. We should be able to take care of that. And as we go through, I kicked it over and it doesn't seem to have much compression, but it does kick over, so that's good. It may be that there's a spark plug missing here. There's one spark plug in it, but we'll look closer. Okay, and now excuse me, so you can get a light. The pipe is in relatively good shape, which is nice. This side cover is restorable. It looks like it's got the oil injection system in there. The shocks are going to need a lot of work. Rear wheel's going to need a ton of work. It's very rusty. The frame, it doesn't look to be bent. It's filthy. It's just an oil leaking mess here. Rear sprocket is either way too big, or maybe that's the way it came. Side cases, there's no nut on this, so it's loose in there, so that ought to be interesting. Cases are as ugly as they can be. Carburetor's all there. Yeah, there's an extra spark plug hole here. That's why it doesn't seem to have any compression. Tank is pretty horrible. Let's take it off. Terrible paint. Oh yeah, and the wiring harness is all but non-existent. As you can see, it's all been chopped up. But it's a motorcycle, and we will make it something better than what it is. We're going to get some more parts for it. There's a rear fender for it. A couple boxes over here. See if we can. There's a rear fender and some other miscellaneous parts. I don't know what they are, but they ain't pretty either. So anyway, we'll get that all going, and we'll just take one more. Let me just take a lap around it. It's got the stock bars on it, and they got this weird bend in it. Kind of look to see it. It's how it's bowed. That's interesting. And it's got a clutch lever anyway. And you know, it's mostly all here. We got to get a seat pan for it. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but this is what we do. Well, it's time to get all the crust off of this thing. So let's soap it down and see what's underneath all the junk. We're going to be using a few products here. We got some simple green. And I just broke Other one, some rust dissolver, so we'll put that on first on the really bad spots. And hopefully, yeah, it looks like we're still okay. Some super clean. Going to be brushing on use a brush to move around this rust dissolver. But while that rust remover is working, let's throw some stuff on places that don't have rust. Well, it is now time to blow some of the crud off of this thing, and let's see what's underneath all this garbage. Well, at least I got all the crud off of it. I'm going to let it dry off and then we'll make an inspection of what we got. Well, now that we've got the thing cleaned up a little bit anyway, we got all the major mud and crud off of it and a lot of the rust, let's go on ahead and take a look around this bike and see what we've got. We'll just kind of poke around and see what's going on here. So starting with the rear wheel, it doesn't look so bad. I'm going to take a little bit of steel wool and let's take a look and see what that does to the rim. And just a small amount of steel wool. That's nice. We are, that's going to work well. This rust is not great, but the pipe is literally undamaged for a 1969. This is going to be great. We'll pop this bad boy off, clean it all up, wire brush all the crud off of it, get all the chrome looking nice again. Let's take that steel wool and see. Yep, look at that. Isn't that is gonna be nice. I'm surprised at how good a bike this really is. When I first looked at it and got it, it was not looking good. But now that I'm starting to look at things, it's not near as bad as I thought. We'll pull the head and we'll get all that stuff cleaned up. These cases are going to be polished up in a future video. Got to do some cable work, that's for sure. Our Kickstarter's got a very, very strange setup on it. It's got a big rubber stopper here, and it doesn't really come up very far, so you don't get a lot of kick out of it. But hey, it's all in good shape. That's going to work out real well. There's a box with some stuff in it, and I do believe the other foot peg rubber or passenger peg is there. This is bent. We'll bend all this back. It's all kind of ground off. We'll weld everything back up and make it beautiful. This isn't very nice, but that's okay. Okay, our forks are not bad. I thought they were in tough shape, and they really aren't. It just had some extra, I don't know, just surface stuff on it. And that surface stuff just basically went away, which is just wonderful. So let's grab another piece of steel wool and let's take a look at our fork tubes. We'll find some steel wool over here. And this will be good. Okay, so I mean, in the camera looks pretty good. In person, no, not really. But let's just take and hit it with a little bit of elbow grease, and I'm just rubbing it until it feels smooth. And it isn't terrible. It is not terrible at all. It is gonna take a bit of elbow grease to get all of it off of there, but it is not deep rust. It's surface. The chrome is in reasonably good shape. It's gonna look nice. The owner of the bike has got a fender, and he's gonna send it off to me. Our fork tubes are not bad. Not bad at all. These are going to clean up very nicely. This stuff up here, the headlight, is, again, there's some small amount of rust pitting in there, but nothing bad. This is still looking really quite nice. This is going to clean up really, really well. Yep. All of this is looking good. It's not all rusted out. There's a bit of surface rust on it. The gauges are terrible. They are in really, really bad shape. We're going to have to figure out a way to get the rings off of there and get those faces cleaned up. Our side covers, again, these are really in rough shape, but they're not too terrible. This has been ground off. It's been dumped, and this will pull over. But the good part is the pipe didn't suffer too badly. It took a bit of a hit in here, but we'll clean that up. The shocks are going to need some TLC, that's for sure. It's hard saying what we're going to end up having to do. We may have to come up with something better for that. This is ugly, but again, I'm taking over some of the steel wool and looking at some things, and the rear wheel should clean up fairly well. Okay, so here's a let me get this out of the way, fairly rusty spot over here. And look at that. Just with a little bit of quadruple aught steel wool. Yes, these are going to clean up nice. Okay, some more what looks to be heavy rust, and it just wipes almost clean off. It's just basically some stuff on the surface. Okay, side cover in here. We may even go on ahead and let's pull this bad boy off and let's take a look underneath. Right after we go through, let's take it. The cylinder head is ugly, but it's not bad. Carburetor looks to be all there. I'm going to pull up on this a little bit. Hard saying. Well, we'll fiddle with that later. The horn button's kind of shot, but that's okay. We'll get all that. Again, these forks are not looking bad. Everything's going to clean up nice. Here's something interesting. Dual leading shoe brakes on a TS. I don't remember that. But anyway, kind of nasty down in here. We'll get all that cleaned up. We'll get this guy all cleaned up with decent tires on it. The frame is not terrible. So that's a quick run around. Let's take a look underneath these covers. Let's take a look at this stator and get an idea of what's going on in there. I'll get some tools and we'll come back. So let's see what's going on in here. Grab this. So far, so good. missing a screw over there. That's okay. We'll see if this it pops right off of there. No sweat. Clutch cables in. Actually, the clutch cable isn't all that bad. Here's the inside of this mess. Not completely horrible. Not, you know, nothing way out of the ordinary. It's missing the clutch rod, it looks like. Yes, it is. So we got to come up with something for that. Now here's this. The case is in pretty good shape. It's going to need a lot of TLC to make it nice again, but it'll come around. Here's what I wanted to see. Piece of something in there. This will clean up. We'll take some rust dissolver and dissolve all the rust out of that. And inside here, I'm gonna take the camera out. We'll take a better look at that. And what do we have here? So the points are stuck, but that's okay. We'll clean all that up. They are this is a strange affair on this one. Not only can you adjust the points, but you can also rotate the timing, and that's usually pretty much unheard of most part. But all this stuff looks to be in really good shape. That's not bad at all. Yeah, we're going to be able to make that beautiful. A little bit of rust here and there. The Woodruff key is there, so that's not bad. Again, we need to get a clutch rod for it, and we'll remove this skid pan and get it back into shape. Other than that, really not bad. The internals on the carburetor are going to be something we'll deal with in another video, but so far so good. Really not a bad bike. Well, that was pretty successful. I'm surprised at how nice a bike this is. We're missing some parts. It's not all there, but we will make this thing look and act much better. It's got relatively good compression, and we should be able to at least get this thing to run pretty darn good. It's in much better shape for sitting as long as it has than I expected it to be after sitting as long as it has. So again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for our next video on the revival of our Suzuki 1969 TS250. And again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and we'll see you next time.